Welcome to Heritage Auctions and the 2011 September Beverly Hills Rare Books Auction, set for September 13th and 14th. Enjoy these highlights from just a few of our fine selection of books that we're proud to present to the bidding public. After this sampling, feel free to contact us with any questions, comments, or inquiries you may have. The first section of this auction catalog offers a number of lots of uniquely American historical significance. This item is truly a shining star, an 1830 first edition of Joseph Smith's The Book of Mormon, printed in Palmyra, New York by E.B. Grandin. The book was once in the possession of Joseph Smith's stepson, John Wesley Brackenbury. It's bound in its original full calf and is signed and annotated by Brackenbury. This book was consigned to Heritage by Brackenbury's descendants and is accompanied by 17 photographs of early LDS church elders from White Cloud, Kansas. Here is a 1782 American printing of the Holy Bible containing the Old and New Testaments, newly translated out of the original tongues. This edition was known simply as the Aiken Bible, printed by Robert Aiken in Philadelphia in 1782. It is remarkably an edition of the first complete Bible in English to be published in America, and the only Bible ever authorized by Congress. The general consensus is that only about 30 copies of this rare Bible still exist, with fewer than 10 known to be in private hands. Also included in our catalog's Americana section is a rare copy of Thomas Jefferson's famous work on his home state titled Notes on the State of Virginia. It was printed for John Stockdale in London in 1787. It is the first edition in English of this classic Jefferson work and includes the large folding map. The final example from our Americana section highlights one of America's earliest known reports on public credit. It's Alexander Hamilton's Report of the Secretary of the Treasury to the House of Representatives relative to a provision for the support of the public credit of the United States. Printed in New York in 1790, this work has been lauded as one of the great American state papers. In it, Hamilton recommends that the U.S. pay all its war debts at par value, as well as assume all war debts of the states, thereby establishing both in domestic and foreign circles the honor and credit of the United States. We also have a strong offering of books relating to science and scientific thought, beginning with Rene Descartes' work, Discourse on the Method for Proper Reasoning and Investigating Truth in the Sciences. This is the first edition of Descartes' first published work, generally considered to be the foundational work of modern science and philosophy. The book was printed in Leiden in 1637 and includes the first appearance of Descartes' famous phrase, "I think, therefore I am." It is written here in the author's native French as "Je pense, donc je suis." Published around the same general time period is this landmark first edition of Galileo's 1632 Dialogo, printed in Florence by Giovanni Battista Landini. This historic scientific work encompassed Galileo's statement and defense of the Copernican system of heliocentrism, a work which resulted in Galileo's 1633 trial for heresy in Rome. We continue in our science area with this first edition, first issue of Charles Darwin's The Different Forms of Flowers on Plants of the Same Name. This copy, published in London by John Murray in 1877, is inscribed by Darwin on the title page, "From the author with kind regards," and also has 3 autographed letters signed by Darwin tipped in. The children's literature section of our September Rare Books auction also includes some amazing works, beginning with a delightful first edition of H.A. Ray's landmark work, Curious George. The book was published in Boston in 1941 and is rarely encountered in collector condition. This first edition copy comes with a wonderful rare dust jacket. For all you muggles out there, we offer this outstanding copy of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, published in London by Bloomsbury in 1997. This exceedingly rare first printing of Rowling's first Harry Potter book comes with a Rowling signed photo and transmittal autograph notes signed on her own stationery. The last highlight from our wonderful children's literature section continues the offerings from the Garth Williams estate. It includes an original painting and preliminary sketches for the dust jacket design of The Cricket in Times Square by George Selden, 1960. The original painting is in ink and watercolor gouache on stiff paper and measures roughly 11 by 7 inches. It's signed in full by Garth Williams on the front. Among our offerings in fine literature, you'll find one of the best examples in the entire catalog. This first edition of the collected poems of William Shakespeare, entitled Poems Written by Will Shakespeare, Gent. It was printed in London by Thomas Coates and sold by John Benson in 1640. A most desirable example of modern literature is this rare inscribed first edition of Ernest Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Tolls. This is one of the cherished 15 authors' copies, displaying uncut edges. It's inscribed and signed by Hemingway to his Havana neighbors, Popsy and Frankie Steinhardt. Rounding out our fine literature highlights is this third printing of Tender is the Night, inscribed by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And we offer this rare volume of James Joyce's Ulysses, published by Sylvia Beach's Shakespeare & Company in 1922. Bidding is now open on these and many other fine books, prints, maps, and more in the Heritage 2011 September Beverly Hills Rare Books Auction, September 13th and 14th. And be sure to visit us at our website at www.ha.com/6058 for more information. Thank you for watching.